Hey guys, what's up? It's Dawson here with the first story time on this channel. If you guys like this kind of content, please be sure to subscribe and drop a like. And without further ado, let's get into this. So, this story takes place on a school day. Yeah, on a school day, mind you. This was freshman year 2021. Yeah, I was a freshman last year. Big deal, big whoop. So, the story begins with me sitting in class talking to my buddy Caden. And I asked him to come smoke. So I had this whole genius, elaborate plan where I would ride his bus home with him. That way my mom wouldn't have to drive me. Mind, I was lying to her face, blatantly saying that I was going to go play a video game with him and then have his mom drive me home, knowing full well his mother would not drive me home and we were not playing video games. So, fast forward to about, I'd say, 2 days later, and I'm riding the bus home with him, and everything's going good. So, I ride the bus home with him, and then me and him go ahead and pull up to our buddy Curtis's house where he was living at the time, and they already are all doing stupid shit in the fucking street, throwing a football around, and they already had the pipe loaded, bowl loaded, everything packed down. And then I pull up, and Caden pulls up, and we get off the bus, and then pull up, and we see our boy Malachi, our boy Curtis, and our boy Zach. Now, then Caden gets a hit off this pipe, right? And then it comes to me, and I have never smoked before a day in my life before that moment. So I was like, what like obviously, like, the first thoughts that run through my head is like, should I really do this? And then I'm like, fuck that, I'm no pussy. And then I take that first hit, and then it all goes down well, and then we start chilling, we start talking and doing things. And then we move out to the porch where three other dudes pull up and start smoking with us. So it was all like a group effort kind of thing where everybody was like pitching in except for me. So we're all just sitting there smoking, blasting music, having a good time. And then Caden darts off to go get Chinese food with his mother, and then like four of these other dudes disappear. So I'm just left here with this pipe, just sitting here like, well, damn, what am I supposed to do now? And then our boy Louie pulls up, and we empty this pipe, right? And then Zach comes back, and he's like, "What? Y'all emptied this pipe?" And then we're like, "Yeah, sorry, bro." He's like, "Yeah, it's all cool." So we all start chilling and everything, and then we go on a drive. And I'm not really feeling anything yet because I didn't know how to properly inhale yet. So we go on a drive, and this man Zach is in the front. Got the boy Malachi, and then you got the boy Louie, and then you got the boy me, and then we're all chilling. So he's driving, right, and he's driving exponentially faster than you're actually supposed to actually, like, drive. And bro's driving super fast, bro's being crazy and everything. So you can tell that this man was stoned out of his mind. And then eventually we pull up back to like his house, and Caden pulls up after getting Chinese food with his mother, and then we pull up to his girlfriend at the time, Destiny's house. We pull up there, and then you got our other boy Ethan, and then me and Louie pull up, sit down, and everything is just going absolutely great. Not a thought in the world. So then we sit down, and then Destiny whips out the weed that she has and gives it to our boy Louie. Boy Louie puts it in the grinder. Boy Louie packs it into his pipe. Because bro's got like this whole Nintendo Switch case that's like Smoker's Haven, dude. That thing is amazing. I love that thing. So he packs it, and then he takes a hit, and then passes it to me, and then I take a fat hit off that. Then I pass it to Caden, passes it to Destiny, and then passes it to Ethan. And then we all go around passing it for, like a little bit longer until it was eventually time for me to leave. And Zach was supposed to be giving me a ride home at this point. So Caden tells me that he's like just right down the street. And I remember what his car looked like. So I went out into like the street and then started looking for his car. Could not find his car. And then I realized that I needed to go get my shit. So I go back to his house, grab my things, and then go back to Destiny's. And then I go talk to Caden again. And I'm like, yo, Zach wasn't up the street. And then he's like, well, shit, dude. I'll contact him. You just sit here and chill for a minute, and he'll come here. I'll tell him to come here. And I sit back down on this couch, and then Louis passes me this pipe again. And then at this point, I am absolutely stoned out of my mind. Like, since it was my first time ever, it was like the most mind-boggling experience for me. I was just out of it. And then he passes me the pipe again, and I take another fat rip off that thing. Big mistake. And then eventually Zach pulls up, but he is under the agreement with Caden that I'm supposed to give him $10. And I told Caden, bro, I don't have any fucking money, dude. What am I supposed to do? And then Destiny, you know, when people do that thing where they're like, ah, and then get up and start stomping, she stomps off to her room, gets $10, hands it to me, and then tells me to just pay her back. And so I say goodbye to everybody, and then I go out the door, and then I get in Zach's car, hand him the 10, and then we start driving. He drops off our boy Malachi first at his place, and then he drives me to my house, and then drops me off. And then when I get out of the car, of course my mom is like mad at me because at this point in time I did not have like a phone with like data on it, so I didn't have any way of like contacting her. So I told her like the same thing I told her before I went there and everything, that we just did exactly what I said. And since my mom smokes too, she's not stupid and like knows what I'm talking about. And like not knows what I'm talking about. She like knows what I already did because she could see it all over my face. At this point, I was like at like the peak of my high, and I just wanted to go lay down and go to sleep and munch on something. So she contacts Caden's mom and is like, "Did your boy smoke with my boy?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I know my son smokes, but I don't know if he's," and then yells at Caden, and then my mom comes in there and yells at me, and I honestly did not care. It was the high talking. I was just like, whatever at this point. And then my mom wasn't really like mad at me. She was more mad that I lied to her. And at this point, I literally like was munching on a Emo's pizza, like a whole ass Emo's pizza pretty much. And it was just possibly one of the most fun experiences I've had in my life. If I could go back and do it again, I would in a heartbeat. But yeah, I would say don't smoke, stay in school, but I'm not going to say that because I enjoy it rather much. But I guess lesson of today's story is don't lie to your mama and stay safe while you're smoking. Remember, if you guys enjoyed this content, please sub and like, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.